Okay, how's it going, everybody? Myself, so welcome back to Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Well, more like mostly a custom story. I'm not gonna go through the entire game again. I already did that like twice. Um, so yeah. So it's kind of being weird being back into this game and all that stuff. This custom story is called Amnesia Chromanin. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but okay. This one's called created by Darkfire. Never heard of that creator before, but hope it's gonna be good. Enter the role of Exile Alexander's cousin and uncover the secret lie behind his shattered memory. The story takes part a few years before the Dark Descent. Ooh, that seems very interesting. Most of the maps are quite big, so don't be concerned if the loading screen seems to freeze. This is an atmosphere and story-oriented game. In order to be fully enjoy the game, pay attention while reading for every note and admire the location instead of dashing through them. I'll keep that in mind. Adjust the gamma slightly higher than it's advised. There are 14 hidden collectible notes in each level. There's one in the academy. There are three. In the academy there are free. Collect them and unlock bonus features at the end of the game. Okay. Headphones, solitude, and darkness recommend for the full experience. Well, I can't be at night because my parents, well, so need to sleep at. I got headphones. I'm just gonna crank up the volume a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna be loud for you guys or something, but I'm just gonna crank it a little bit down so it's not as loud for you guys. Okay, let's just start this. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh. Well, it's not my first custom story, like being a return to Amnesia. That is. I think that was. I don't remember what it was called. Something about being in the mines. That was on the live stream and all that stuff. I forgot what it was called. Custom story. I might gonna edit in like the name of it. Wow. Is there like voice acting in this game? Wait, this is the entrance of Brandenburg? Amnesia Chromanin. It looks like a very good Amnesia custom story. I don't think this will be kind of a long custom story. I think this will be a really long custom story. That's what I'm trying to say. Dark Flame. Or Dark Fire, sorry. So I would actually love this kind of like be as long as like Amnesia Abduction and the Great Work that I never finished because I lost the save file for it. I might gonna do like redo that series someday actually, but I don't have time for that. Voice acting. Oh, there's actually is voice acting. Gianni Mantrigrano or Matriagrano. I totally butchered that name. Sorry about that if I mispronounced your name. If you're ever gonna watch this video. So yeah. I love the music. I hope it's not copyright or anything. What? Okay. Is this some kind of dream? This must be some kind of dream. What the hell? Did I just trip? What the hell is going on? Piggies? Hello, Mr. Piggies. Oh, and birds? Why can't I go past this? Oh, there we go. Why are there eyes? Oh my god, what the hell? Okay, everything is now back to normal. My head hurts. Okay, oh, again, oh, already the lantern. I hope this has some kind of like, I hope there's some like Easter eggs to like the Dark Descent in this. Even though Through the Portal is like a sequel to Amnesia: The Dark Descent, I still need to like I already did like a first episode on it, but I think I really like lost the save file for it as well. So I will be doing that as well. Get out of here, fly. They like my screens, but I don't want them on my screens. Hey. Ah, I killed him. Wait, he's back. Get back here. Oh, jeez. With those damn flies. Note to you. You drank this potion. Probably you don't remember doing it. As well as who you are and how you got here. It's one of the effects of the drug you've taken while you eat. Taken a while ago. Other effects have to remain a mystery to you. Now, read carefully. You are in great danger. You have to get out of this dimension and go to local academy. I can't read for some reason. Like, ugh. Everything will be explained there. Remember, I'm here to help you. I left notes scattered all around. There'll be your guide, please. Watch out for Aiden. He's a dangerous criminal. Don't believe him. If you want to get out of this situation unharmed, Kainem. I have to get to the academy. I think I read the word wrong. Academy. I don't know. Is there some music in here? Can I please have some music? No, it's broken. Lockpick, okay. Chromanin 1. I don't believe this bullshit that you just read. You did not drink any potion. The reason that you don't remember is anything is completely different, and Kainem does not want you to know it. He also really isn't helping you. Actually, the opposite. However, the one thing it's true, you need to get to the academy, but first you need to find another orb shard to do it. Since they restore the parts of your memory, without the memory of your surroundings, you're most likely get lost in the forest and starve. I can contact you through these notes, only because you're already have found one shard before, and as far as I know, you recalled how to pick locks, so you need to collect 4 orbs fragments in total. Did I mention one in there? Did I mention one of these in the academy? By the way, this is my house. If you stumble upon something that you find useful, help yourself. P.S. Watch out for Kane's servants. They will try to rip you apart once they notice your presence. Okay. Kanan says to me that I don't trust Aiden, and Aiden says don't trust Kanan because he has some kind of murderous servants that wants to kill me and stuff. So yeah, oh keys, bedroom key. What's this? Why can't I just pick up this shield and just fight the monsters? I could just be like Captain America. That would be very cool to do. Well, I already have a part. Okay. Oh, the music. It just reminds me back of the old days. Oh, this is so cool. Letter from the Baron, 16th of May, 1835. Since my old pension is no use for me anymore, I would like to pass it to you, my only living relative. Visit me soon as you accommodate and tell me what you think about the new place. I finally decided that I will send you a recipe for the Amnesia drink, but on the conditions I told you about. It will be only yours to use. None should know about the existence of this powerful potion. The world would turn into chaos if there was a possibility of wiping one's enemy's memory. Use it wisely, Alexander. P.S. The documents are going to be delivered by personal messenger within a few days. So Alexander wants his cousin to just don't know anything. Am I even his real cousin? Because he's from like another world and stuff. The door is blocked by something from the other side. What's this? Outside. Maybe I am actually gonna get to Brennenburg. It's very simple. I still have the lockpick. Yes. Chromanin 2. Good, you managed to get in there. I forgot to tell you, there's another shard in the dungeons. I doubt you can access them through the cellar at the moment, but KM somehow made it inside, so you will. One more tip: look for God. It will become clear later on. P.S. Did you check the chest thoroughly? I did not, actually. If you meant that big chest right over here, but the books. Ah, you trickster. Copper key. Oh, it's eagle. Oh, there's a note on here. Note to self: I've moved in a few weeks ago, and I haven't furnished this darn room yet. Don't have many visitors here, but I should have a living room if they arrive. God damn it. Now of one of these old doors, it fell off the hinges. Why am I even writing this stupid note instead of getting focus done? Turns out that I'm more lonely here than I admit. Oh, that's what the door was. I actually beginning to love this. Really, I really do. Oh, it's cool. Let's see what's in here. Okay. Let's make it a little bit warm in here. I hope this episode turns out great. Like, with everything and stuff. I'm not sure really, but I hope it my mic records or like it doesn't lag and stuff. Congratulations, you found an Easter egg note. Search for them together. Special features at the end of the game. You can read the note by going into the journal. Notes, pose, and objectives. That's pretty cool. to... Wait, what? Poems. Poems found inside Aiden's apartment. Scary's on the wall, Scary's on his way. Watch where you spit. I advise you to wait until it's over. But then you got a hit and should know better. And we die young, faster we run. Okay, that's a pretty cool poem, actually. Well, this is not really a big of a mansion, to be honest. Key? Vince's door key. So I was supposed to get in here. Go on, get that damn tinderbox. So yeah, I'm actually gonna do something very special for this kind of episode. I'm basically gonna edit it a little bit and make a thumbnail for it. So something the first time that I'm ever doing that sort of thing. Outside, the mansion looked wealthy. Not really, to be honest. Well, only the decor and like the wallpaper and the doors and yeah. Yeah, no, actually, that mansion looks really wealthy. Oh, this is just a part of it. Why does this look so scary? What's that? The outside was cold and humid. Okay. Is that normal? Oh my god. Kainum's Journal, 1 of 6, 5th of September 1835. Today I've been promoted. Now I'm the head librarian. Since today I have access to every part of the library, and now I will take care of it as a whole. Okay. So the monsters are in this place. Well, or they have been here, to be honest. Wait, is that? Oh, I thought that was sanity potion for a second, but okay. Kingdom's Journal, 2 of 6. 6th of December, 1835. I've just realized that there's a strange black-haired man who moved into the mansion on the hills in June. Has visited the library every day for a week now. He keeps looking for something, and it doesn't look as he wants anyone's help. Regardless, I will talk to him the next time he comes to the academy. The 7th of December, 1835. I talked to the man. His name is Aiden. He seemed very calm, and you could see his persistence in his green eyes. I asked him if he wanted some help. That's a little bit of background, but that's alright. And in reply, he asked if there are any parts of the library restricted from ordinary visitors. I told him about 2 departments that are public. Then Ida wanted to know if there's a way to access that place. I told him the only way is to have a research confirmed by the academy in writing. He looked a little upset. After that conversation, he started checking locked doors. I don't know what he's up to, but I will try to secretly observe his doings. Okay. Interesting. Drill part. We need to drill something. Okay. Oh, hey. The door has been barricaded. Find another way into the room, find out how to get into the dungeons, locate the orb shots in the dungeons, look for God. I should collect all the 4 orbs. I have to get to the academy. I have to look for God, so a cross, maybe? That's the only thing that I can think of. Okay. Or Jesus thing. Let's see. Someone tried to live off the grid here. Okay. Caden's Journal, 3 of 6, 15th of December, 1835. I've been observing Aiden for the last week, and it looks that he found a book he was looking for. I carefully looked where did he put that book he was copying, and it is medieval tortures. It was hard to find that out, and he does everything not to be spotted. However, I know the library well enough to observe him without being noticed, so he sat in the library for hours and think he was copying this book into a small note. I won't disturb him now, even though I should. But this is getting interesting. Also, he seemed to be measuring the library. He didn't use a measure, but I think instead he tied a thin string to his ankles. Probably did not get noticed, but the manner in which he was walking, quite odd. Last but not least, Aiden seemed especially interested in the department of occult books, which is restricted. He looked at its door's lock with a great concentration. To sum it up, most likely he will try to break in through other rooms by lockpicking the door. In case he does the latter, I am putting a piece of paper on the door with a tiny twig in the hinges. If somebody opens the door, the paper will fall and the twig will break, so I will know if somebody was in there. Okay, so he wants to know about tortures. In Amnesia, the Dark Descent, everything was kind of like all about torture. And something about occult stuff. I don't know why they have prisoners in. Well, maybe just for like this, only for the sacrifice. I think need to make like the thing. What? Fragile, not breakable by hand. Get the barrel. Ah. Strong muscles wins it again. I knew I could do it. But the occult stuff, that seems... Even though Daniel had a lot of play at it as well, he killed some people for the shadow and stuff, so yeah. 27th of December, 1835. As I predicted, Aiden broke into the department. He did it during Christmas, so there was no chance of being spotted. The academy was empty. He's quite smart. As he put the piece of the paper back on the door and locked it after he broke in. He didn't notice the twig, however. He had to check for missing books. It turned out there's 2 writings that are missing. The Underworld and the Occult Grimoire, and a Scroll Vitae, and knowledge assembled. As the evidence says, the latter one has rather horrific statements in it. Tomorrow I will visit him and ask about the whole case. 18th of September, 1835. As I said, I went to him in September and December. Okay. I think it should have been like December, but I'm just gonna take 18th of December 1835 as I went to it. As I said, I went to it in the morning. When I didn't look at me at the porch of his house, he looked like he didn't sleep much. He usually combed his hair and was now only swept back, and the vest and the shirt he was wearing looked like workers' one, rather a wealthy citizens. When I said what to do, what do I know? Aiden's eyes turned furious, and he suddenly stiffened. He calmly, but with a threat in his voice, ordered me not to try bothering him again, or I'll regret it. The manner he acted really concerned me. Just as his cold interested, I reported him to the police, hoping they would find something worse than stolen books and lock him up. I'm almost certain he's capable of all sorts of things. 30th of December, 1859. Today, 2 policemen have reported missing. More of them were sent to investigate Aiden's house, but there was nothing suspicious. This just got a little too dangerous for me. I have to stay low. I'm afraid if he finds out what I've done, he's gonna fulfill his menace. Okay. Kanan seems like a good guy? Question mark. Yeah. I'm kind of getting a little bit scared of Aiden, to be honest. Oh, drill part. Okay. Cadence Journal 5 of 6. 3rd of January, 1836. The New Year Eves had passed rather silently, but with more and more people missing, especially students, due to these circumstances. The academy has been closed until further notice. I'm afraid it is Aiden who did this, or maybe it's just prejudice. 6th of January, 1836. Today I found my home empty. By the time I got there, my wife or my only son, should be there. No signs of life, no letters, nothing. But I have no doubt it was Aiden. I have no doubt that this is my punishment for perturbing Aiden. Since the police doesn't want to have any suspicions with him, I'm going to investigate myself. I have nothing to lose now. 7th of January, 1836. I couldn't find him at home. I even waited for him to come back, but he didn't for the whole night. Then I started running around the mansion. In the cellar, I found a secret passage hidden by a bookshelf. But there was a locked steel door behind it. However, there was a map somewhere in his apartment which showed a big dungeon under the whole mountain. I found out that digging around, I would be able to get there. So I started to dig. Finally, after some losing sense of direction, I found a wall. It's unheard what I found on the other side. Whole complex of cells, torture devices described in the book from the library. Dozens of human bodies, my family's too. My family, my son, dead. This man, I'm going to pay him back. I found him, took him by surprise. Now I'm going to torture him long. Very long. He sounds like a beaten dog when hit. The blood on my hands hiss. What am I doing? I asked that question a few times. Then I remembered about my family. I take too much pleasure from doing this. This is horrible. What have I become? There's no way of going back. I only can make him suffer. That is my only reason for living now. Okay. Kanan turned now evil, and I'm not sure what's happening. I'm so confused. But I'm just gonna leave this off here, so leave a like, enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new, hit the notification, get notified of videos that you don't miss any of my content, and see you guys next episode. Let's make see you guys, and goodbye.